Hey guys, it's Dark Skeleton 15, and today I will be ranking every Jurassic World / Park movie in my opinion. Okay, let's get started. Oh, I accidentally had that already voted Jurassic World Rebirth. Alright, so first let's start with Jurassic Park, the first movie in the film. And also a spoilers warning if you haven't seen the movies. Okay, so Jurassic Park was the first movie in the film, and I think it was pretty good because it was the first movie in the film, but there were really good scenes like when the T-Rex broke out of the enclosure and when it fought off the raptors and the Brachiosaurus scene in the beginning of the movie, which I thought were all really great scenes that started the Jurassic franchise. It also had pretty intense scenes when the T-Rex was chasing them in the Jeep. That was pretty intense too. And when the raptors were in the kitchen trying to find the children. Those were pretty intense scenes that I liked. So, since Jurassic Park is the first film and is a really great film, I'm going to put it in A tier. Alright. Next we have Jurassic Park The Lost World. Jurassic Park The Lost World is also a really great film that also is a good sequel to Jurassic Park. What happens in Jurassic Park is basically a team, Ian Malcolm, him and a bunch of people and his team go to Isla Sorna, which is the same island in Jurassic Park 3. But basically, they go there to capture dinosaurs so they could bring them back to make an island in the mainland. Well, not an island, a park in the mainland, which I thought was a pretty cool idea. The only thing I wish they had was Dr. Grant and Ellie Sattler in this movie, because I felt like they should have had them in them, which I don't really understand why they didn't. But overall, it was a pretty great film and a pretty good sequel, so I'll put it in B tier. Next, we have Jurassic Park 3. Jurassic Park 3 is the shortest film out of all of them, but it actually is really good. It does take place also on Isla Sorna, which is the same island that in Jurassic Park The Lost World, but it is also has some intense scenes, like when the Spinosaurus was chasing them and when the Spinosaurus was battling the T-Rex. I thought those were all great scenes. And the Spinosaurus is also one of my favorite dinosaurs. I know it did kill the T-Rex, but I'm fine with that, because sometimes the T-Rex can't always win. But yeah, it was actually a pretty good film, and I liked it. So I think I'll put the Jurassic Park 3 in front of The Lost World. They're all great films, though. Alright, next up we have Jurassic World. This was actually one of the first movies I ever watched in the movie theater, if not the first. But I still have lots of great memories watching this, which is probably the most movie I've ever watched. I loved watching it over and over again. But Jurassic World is one of my favorite is actually my favorite movie of all time. But that doesn't mean I'll put it in front of Jurassic Park. But I love how they introduced the Indominus Rex in such a cool way. And I feel like it expanded on the Jurassic franchise by turning the park into World, and how they rebuilt the park to make it bigger and have more attractions like the Mosasaurus and the gyrospheres. So I really like that. It was also open to the park, unlike in Jurassic Park. But the final battle is one of the best parts, with the Indominus Rex, Blue, Rexy, the T-Rex, and the Mosasaurus, and Owen, and Delta. Well, I think that was a really probably the best battle scene in the whole franchise. But yeah, I also did like how the raptors that Owen was training, I thought that was a really cool touch to the movie. But yeah, overall, Jurassic World is a very great film, and I have a lot of nostalgia for it, so it will be going in A tier. Alright, next we have Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, I know not everyone likes it, but I honestly thought that most of the movie was pretty good. I know most people say that the first half of it was good and then the rest wasn't that good, but in my opinion, I think it was pretty much the really great. I do agree that the first half was better, but that doesn't mean that the second half was bad. I just thought the first half was a bit better. But basically, in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, after the events of Jurassic World, Owen and Claire decide to go back because the dinosaurs there's going to be an eruption, and the dinosaurs there must be saved or else they'll all die out. So they have to make a decision if they save them or leave them there. So Owen and Claire decide to go with a team, but then they're betrayed, and then they meet up again on the island. But it's during the eruption, so they have to get off the island, which is a pretty intense scene that is still very intense when I watch it over and over again. But yeah. And then when the Indoraptor during the second half of the movie, during the mansion scenes, I thought the Indoraptor was actually pretty cool and was a great villain to the Jurassic franchise. I just thought it was kind of defeated too easily by Blue. But overall, I think Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom was a great film. And it also started when the dinosaurs were onto the mainland and now we're free. So I thought it was actually pretty cool touch. And yeah, it may not be my favorite film, but it isn't that bad either. So I'll put it in B tier, behind The Lost World and Jurassic World. Jurassic Park 3. Well, actually, maybe not everyone agrees with this, but I do kind of like Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom a bit more than The Lost World. Okay. So now we have Jurassic World Dominion. Now, everyone has mixed feelings on this film, which I do kind of agree with, because some people don't like how the film mostly focused on the locusts and trying to get the DNA samples, but I don't really mind that part, since it wasn't that much of the film. They didn't talk about it that much. I also did like the Giganotosaurus, but I was sad when the T-Rex and the Therizinosaurus killed it, because he didn't really deserve it. He wasn't that much of a bad guy. He kind of just defended his territory, but it's fine. I also do like how Owen and Claire travel between different places. they go from Italy to the mountains and then the valley of Biosyn. So I thought that was a cool touch too. I also like how the old characters met the new characters from Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. I thought that was also a cool touch. But yeah, overall, Jurassic World Dominion isn't very, very bad. It's not perfect though. But I don't think it's necessarily terrible. So I'll put it in high C tier. Next we have we have Jurassic World Rebirth. Now, I had very high expectations for this film, which when I actually watched it, it made me maybe my expectations didn't exactly live up to the film, but that doesn't mean it was bad. I still think Jurassic World Rebirth was a pretty good film. I just think the D-Rex and Mutodon should have got more screen time, because at the beginning it was showed and then at the very end it was showed. So I just feel like they should have showed it a bit more. I also wish they showed the dinosaurs a bit more, which there was a lot of time spent on that boat during when they were trying to get the Mosasaurus, but I don't really mind it. Overall, it was a pretty good film. I just wish there was kind of more of a final battle instead of the D-Rex just like barely getting them, but it's fine. The heroes did survive in the end, and they got the DNA samples, which was the main idea of the film, to get 3 DNA samples from the 3 largest dinosaurs, which the Mosasaurus and Quetzalcoatlus are not dinosaurs, only the Titanosaurus, but it's fine. They did get the DNA samples, but and they got to the mainland, and then that was the end of the film. But there has been confirmed that there will be a film in 2028. So I'm excited for that. But overall, Jurassic World Rebirth was pretty good. So I'll put it right there in mid B tier. Alright. Finally, overall, all of the Jurassic films are very great and I appreciate them very much. I know not everyone may agree on me, agree with me on this tier list, but overall, these are all great films, and thank you for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye.